safety event. We're going to have tons of information for you on how to keep your car up to date, how to make sure that your kids and your family and you are safe on the road from Bridgestone's very own experts. And I'm here with the lovely Beamer. We're going to actually be doing test drives, so we'll have all of that footage for you on yourlifeafter25.com. I'm here with Mary from Firestone Complete Auto Care, and she's here to give us quite a few tips on how you can make sure that your car maintenance is up to par. So Mary, I want to know, what are these 4 tips that you're saying that people need to really pay attention to?
Well, before you hit the road, you should always check, your biggest, most important is going to be rubber. And the most obvious, biggest rubber item on the car is your tires. Tires need to be properly inflated. You need to inspect them to make sure the treads are good, make sure the alignment's okay on it. The next thing you need to make sure is your belts that drive your air conditioner and power steering, the hoses that your radiator uses, other rubber hoses, and of course the rubber on your wiper blades. You want to check, make sure all those, because you're going to experience some rain a lot of times. Of course, there's a lot of miles on your trip.
Okay, so all the rubber needs to be in check. And what is the next tip that everybody needs to pay attention to?
You want to check your fluids. Make sure your oil change has been done recently. Make sure your washer fluid is topped off. Check your antifreeze for your radiator. Check your transmission fluid, your brake fluid, power steering fluid. So there's a lot of fluids to check, and they're all very important for the long-term care of your car.
Okay, once they've taken care of the rubber and the fluids, what next on the list?
Well, a little bit is called emergency preparedness. So you want to make sure that if an adventure does arise, you're prepared for that. You want to make sure that you know where your owner's manual is in the car. You want to check your spare before you get on the road. That's another piece of rubber. You want to make sure that the pressures are ready in that, just in case you have to call upon it. You want to make sure if you've got a roadside emergency kit, those often come equipped with road flares or jumper cables, a tire pressure gauge. There's quite a few ingredients that go in good emergency preparedness.
All right, so we have your rubbers, then your fluids, emergency preparedness kit, and then what else is left on the list?
Well, have fun. Really try.
Okay, so if anybody is going on a road trip, or like you said, they're going on their adventure, what's one major cannot forget to check tip that we can leave all of the readers at Your Life After 25 with?
These tires are the only thing that keep you connected to the earth. Without your tires touching the ground, you don't have steering, you don't have braking, you don't have acceleration, you don't have a comfortable ride. Your tires are the most important thing for you to check and maintain for your trip.
All right, so that's awesome. We're going to have all of these tips for you guys on yourlifeafter25.com. We'll make sure that we break it down for you and have it written so that you can keep up with that. Tire safety is important. Thank you for everybody at Bridgestone for giving us these wonderful tips, and we'll have more footage, pictures for you on yourlifeafter25.com.
So we're running through 4 different tires, right? We're going to start you on the Ecopia, which is the Ecopia EP422. That's the low rolling resistant green tire. Okay, fuel economy, that's the whole game plan with that. Our next tire is a new tire. It's the intro into the Potenza line, and the Potenza line is the performance line from Bridgestone. So it's the RE97 AS. The AS is all season. It's a high performance all season tire. The next tire is classified in the ultra high performance range. It's the 970, and it's an all season tire also. And it's the second year for that tire, right? Second year for that tire. After that, we're going to move to a summer tire, an ultra high performance summer tire, which is the S-04, and that is a premium performance tire, the kind of thing that you might find OE on like a Porsche or something like that. I mean, it works well on these, but it's the kind of tire that you could throw on a Porsche or a Ferrari or that kind of car. What you're going to find with tires when you drive them, like I said, people think they're the same, but you're going to find that the easiest way to transform what the car can do is by changing the tires. You see people out on the road, they want to make 600 horsepower in the car, they want to put big old wings on the whole thing. I'm telling you, the easiest way to transform what the car is capable of is by changing the tires out. Right? Easiest thing, and it's probably going to be the cheapest thing in the long also. It's how you drive. You take the same tire, same vehicle, and I can kill it in a day, or I can make it last 50,000 miles. It's how I drive it. Yes, some are going to wear more quickly than others just because of the nature of it, even if I drive the same. But if you take the same tire, you can dramatically change its lifespan depending upon how you drive it. Well, freeway driving, most of that you're just going to be going in a straight line. Okay, it's going to be what's going to do the most, put the most wear into the tire is the cornering. How much cornering force you generate, how long you generate that cornering force. Braking sure comes into it, but most of your city driving, you're not going and jamming on the brakes as hard as you can. So your load laterally through the. Okay, how do we pick which one we're going to go on, which one we're going to buy, all those kinds of things? Well, he talked about looking at the tire advisor on the website, and part of that's determining what is the most important thing to you, right? So there's a few factors that come to mind. One is performance, but you need to not think about performance as just racing around. Performance is being able to avoid an accident, dodge someone that pulls out in front of you, get stopped quickly, all of those things, right? And then there's, well, is longevity the most important thing? How does that rank into it? Whether I'm buying tires more or less often. You know, fuel efficiency, right? And comfort into it. And there's some other things, but those are the big ones that kind of jump out, I think, for most people.
So overall, what you're saying is basically think about your lifestyle, know what you want to do with your car, and then try to find the best tire that's going to last and that you can afford.
Yeah, you've got to think about what is most important to you. If you were to just decide that the be-all, end-all, most important thing in the world to you is to be able to dodge every single accident out there, then every single one of us would put an ultra-high performance tire on every single time, because it's going to give us the most grip to use to steer around things and stop, right? But that may not be a practical consideration for us to do all the time because, well, they cost more and they don't last as long. And so there has to be some trade-offs for what my pocketbook allows. Yeah, why don't you do
Oh, I'm not. I'm totally not driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to chance it. I know my limitations.